Well, folks, I'm back with another video. And this video is about an Ever After High video about Cerise's true destiny. So, let's get into it. First, who's Cerise? Like, who am I talking about here? Well, Cerise, she is the daughter of Little Red Riding Hood and secretly the daughter of the Big Bad Wolf. And she's one of Raven's friends. For some background, the world of Ever After High is in this destiny cycle where every generation they repeat the destiny. They repeat the fairy tales and stuff like that. So, and personally, I think it's a little more complicated than what the show or books really say. Mainly because the main person that explains this is Headmaster Grimm, like Milton Grimm, and he's a major control freak. He definitely is. So, personally, I think there is such thing as the next in line being canceled out of the destiny. Which goes into why I'm making this video. Why am I going over Cerise Hood's destiny, even though clearly, since her mom is Little Red Riding Hood, she should probably be Little Red Riding Hood. Well, Little Red Riding Hood is supposed, according to the fairy tale, and Ever After High 4 stuff, supposed to be enemies with the Big Bad Wolf. She's technically enemies. She's not supposed to be a wolf in general, like. So, Cerise is automatically canceled out from that, and so is her older sister, Ramona. They are both really canceled out from that. Then also, there's this whole thing with the Book of Prophecies where the book at the beginning of the story, during the Throne Coming special, we find out it wasn't really the book. It wasn't the real Book of Prophecies that was being signed at the beginning of the story on Legacy Day for the characters. So we find that out, and during the Wonderland special, it goes into this whole thing where they're practically chasing the Book of Legacy, and then they disperse it. And so we don't actually get to see a lot of stuff like that. And we also discover in Dragon Games that there is such thing as people changing their destiny, changing their fate. Yes, that's more after the Book of Legacy, but if you really take it into context, that is without the Book of Legacy having influence. And when it comes to Cerise, the Book of Legacy really didn't have influence in her entire existence. So, there is that. Anyway, and that is a fact that people talk about with the Darling group. But we'll get into that later. One of the possible destinies she could possibly end up fulfilling is the Big Bad Wolf destiny. Because her dad is literally the Big Bad Wolf. Well, the requirements for that is one, you gotta be a wolf. Cerise is a wolf. She's a wolf pup right now, but she's a wolf. But it also requires one big. This is where I think it falls flat. That theory falls flat. Because Cerise is really not big. You want more context on this? I have another video about my theory on whether or not Cerise is 12. That I think Cerise is 12 in the shows and the books and stuff, because she doesn't have all the stuff she should have ended up with at the age she should be when she's going to high school here. She doesn't have it. But Cerise is not big at all. She's actually very little. She's a very little girl. So, and this is evident because she is around the same size as both Cedar and Maddie, two characters that are identified to be very short. So, yes, Cerise is little. She is a very little pup. Not big by any means. Although it would be funny if her friends came up with some fun thing or like with the little pigs or something, where they got the little pig squealing. Oh, it's the little bad wolf. But Cerise is not big. She's not a big wolf. Especially with the type of wolf she is, she's not big. No, she does not fulfill that requirement at all. Then there's another destiny she's eligible to fulfill. It's the destiny of the wolf in the tail of the boy who cried wolf. And yes, she is a wolf. She is a wolf pup, so yes, she could do it. But where this one falls flat is the fact that she needs to connect with sheep. She doesn't even live near sheep. And nor does she have connection to any of the fairy tale characters that are shepherds. This is another one. Like, it's not possible. Of course, it might be more possible for Ramona. Who knows? Now, this one I could be wrong on. Like, more so than the other one, because, well, like, they were probably planning on changing that, too. Who knows? But I really don't think she was either, her true destiny was either the big bad wolf or the boy who cried wolf. The wolf in that tale. I don't think that was her. Another destiny that she would be eligible for, which veering away from wolves, would be the destiny of Robin Hood. The requirements for this destiny, there's actually more requirements for this one than any of the others. Really any of the others that she would be eligible for. But she'd have to be selfless, a rebel, have a little John, and other merry men, obviously, and a Mary Magdalene. Like, her love interest has to be a royal. The main thing with this one she falls short on is the people that's supposed to be in her life. Like, she really doesn't have almost any friends, let alone friends that could be the merry men. And she doesn't really have love interest, which, going back to the aspect of her being 12, that would not be something worth thinking about at this point when it comes to the Mary Magdalene idea. Personally, I think my theory on this one is that her true destiny, the destiny in the Book of Prophecies, was Robin Hood. Why do I think this? One, she's said to be sweet, which fits the aspect of being selfless. And then she's also said to be wild, and her best friend is Raven Queen. Like, if she can be friends with Raven Queen, that shows two things. She is a rebel. She agrees with Raven. Well, of course you can be friends without that, but she still agrees. But it also shows, this goes back to the aspect of being able to change your destiny. Well, personally I think that, especially based off of things we've seen in the show, the true Book of Legacy didn't actually have Raven as the evil queen. Now, yes, she did see it and all, she did look at it. Did she really take the time to read what it said? No. Raven didn't take the time to read what the book said in the Wonderland Special. She was too focused on getting the full extent of her power so that she could stop the Joker, so that she could protect her friends and all that. That's what she was worried about. She wasn't worried about reading this thing, reading what it said about her. But her being friends with Cerise, if Cerise is meant to be the next Robin Hood, then Raven is not meant to be evil. Why do I say this? Because Raven's dad is the good king. The good king doesn't get that. Might be the father of Snow White, but he doesn't get his title from the tale of Snow White. He gets his title from the tale of Robin Hood. So essentially, and Robin Hood's said to have a connection to the good king. So even if Raven Queen's not meant to be evil, she serves as that connection to whatever king is going to exist when this destiny is fulfilled. Raven Queen fulfills that connection. Like, regardless whether she is, like, she could be a good queen, or if she's just a relative to the next good king, whatever. She still fulfills that connection to the good king. And by fulfilling that, she cannot be evil. It's just not possible. Not possible for Raven Queen. Because Raven Queen can't be evil to give the next Robin Hood a connection to the next good king. And that's not a thing. That's not okay. Another thing Cerise has is a big heart. Again, going into the selfless situation here. And as I said a little while ago, she is, in my opinion, in what I've noticed and my theory, she's 12. You want to learn more about this theory, go check out my video on it. But Cerise is 12 years old. She is 12. If she is 12, she has the only things she's really missing to be the next Robin Hood. She still has time to get them. Like, she can get them over time. And then another thing that supports her becoming the next Robin Hood is her sister. Now I know, I might be going off of things that Disney said, but well, hey, that's the main Robin Hood I really got into, was Disney's Robin Hood. And then again, most likely this is probably just something I've noticed at the same time. It might just be something from the original tale, but the one of the merry men that said to know Robin Hood best is Little John. I know some people who really don't know all the possible regulations that could go into that probably are chuckling right now, because Ramona's not small. She's not little. She's actually big. Like, she's the big sister in more than one way. Like in my video about her being 12, I actually compare and contrast the size difference with Cerise's platform. Like, yes, Cerise wears platform, but Ramona doesn't, and they are like this. But with Cerise's platform, they end up the same height. So Ramona's definitely the big sister. But Robin Hood, the little John for Robin Hood, is also not actually supposed to be little. He's supposed to be the opposite. He's just called little, which is kind of humorous because it's like he's Little John, but he's not little. Like, it's a humorous thing that is, it's just a thing. Like, that Ramona fits the bill to be Little John. Like, yeah, Cerise doesn't really have anyone else that fits the bill for any of the other Merry Men or Mary Magdalene, but going back, if she is 12, if my theory is correct about her being 12, like 12 years old, then she's got time to get the stuff she's missing. She's got time to develop the friends, to fill the Merry Men, the roles of the Merry Men, and to find a love interest. So, this really does not affect. Now, I know you're probably wondering, what about Sparrow? Because he is the son of Robin Hood. Well, that kind of goes back to my idea of the possibility of people being canceled out from the being able to fulfill destiny. Sparrow, he is selfish. Like, I'll probably go over in another video what I think his true destiny was going to be, but let's be real. There is no possible way that he would have ever ended up Robin Hood. Like, yeah, some common thief. Yeah, he probably would have become that. But not a Robin Hood. That's my problem. But there's no way he would become Robin Hood. Like, ever. Never, ever, ever. Because he's too selfish to be a Robin Hood. Robin Hood is selfless. But Sparrow is selfish. And then there's also Ramona. Like, oh, before Cerise, there's gotta be her sister, right? She's big sister, right? Well, I personally don't think Ramona could fill it. I don't think she really has the interest in that. Like, yeah, she probably has the interest in supporting someone to do it, like her little sister, supporting her little sister to do it. And I don't think she has the interest. Like, the most interest she has is, like, really, how to put this? The most interest that she has would be to, not be judged for being a wolf. Let alone a bad wolf in everyone's mind. It's like, she just doesn't want to be judged. Like, that's all Ramona cares on that. Like, don't judge me. Like, don't judge me, man. That's why I think she's the Little John in this scenario rather than Robin Hood, because she really wouldn't care less, man. Like, yeah, she would probably support Cerise being Robin Hood. That sounds about right. Like, if you really think about it, again, this is another thing I analyzed in some detail in my video about Cerise being 12. In the episode Big Bad Secret, Ramona seems very focused on Cerise, like, and it feels more like she is trying to push Cerise out of her comfort zone, push Cerise not to she's trying to, like, break a wall down or something with Cerise, like Ramona, like, Cerise seems to have a problem because of the secret with her sister. And that seems to be more of her issue than anything else. Like, it's a, don't mess with me in public, sis. But it's like, really? So, that's my thoughts. Go ahead and discuss in the comments below. Like, I'm always up for that. Like, that is always something I'd like to hear. I'd like to hear your thoughts. Always would like to hear your thoughts. If you like this video, go ahead and click the thumbs up. Like, I like to know if you like it. Okay? Like, anyone on YouTube would like to know that. Now, dislike, that's another story, because who would ask for that? Really? So yes, I want you to be honest, but then again, that can hurt some people. So if you disliked it, I'd rather you explain in the comments why you didn't like it than just put a thumbs down, like. And if you want to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe. So, please be respectful in the comments, but that's all I have to say for that. So, that's the end of the video. There will be some things here, like the video that I've referenced a bajillion times in this video about my theory on Cerise being 12, and there will be a playlist too, so check that out. I'll see you guys next time. Luego!